Hey guys, good morning. So today we are working on a Dana 30 differential fluid change. Rattlesnakes!
Don't drop it.
Stop!
Matt?
Actually had this for a... So this is my daily driver, 1994 Jeep Wrangler YJ. And the front differential is a little overdue for fluid change, so let's get to it. And we're going to be using Redline's gear oil here. This is a 7590 GL5. And this was provided to me by Redline for this project. But I've been using Redline products for years. Highly recommend them. Good, high quality. A little more expensive than your average oil, but the extra protection you get with Redline, I think it's well worth it. And of course, we're going to be using a lube locker. Oh, that's the Dana 35. And of course, we're going to be using Lube Locker's premium differential gasket. And this was given to me by Lube Locker for this fluid change. But they have an excellent history among Jeep owners, anybody doing their own fluid changes. But don't take my word for it. Go look on Amazon, look at their product reviews. There's like, what, over 150 reviews. 95%, 94% give it 5 stars. And of course, I'll be sure to link these products in the description below where you can find them on Amazon. All right, let's start out by gathering our material to drain the fluid. My favorite socket wrench. Love that thing. I'll list it in the description below. Alright, we're going to start out by loosening all the bolts around the differential. Except for this top one. We're going to take all these others out. But this very top one, we're just going to loosen it and kind of leave it in place. And as you can see, last time this was done, it was done with RTV. You can see it squeezing out there. So we got to get all that scraped off when we're done. This new Lube Locker gasket will be a nice upgrade. And that's the reason I love this socket. When you need a little bit of extra leverage, you just slide the handle out there, gives you that extra leverage, but then you can slide it back in for your fast ratcheting. It's just super convenient to have this quick extension. So if you don't have one of these, honestly, I highly recommend getting one. Okay, now that we got all those bolts out, we left that one in the top here, and this is just to hold our cover when we break it loose and drain the fluid. Now this is going to be really stuck on here hard with this RTV. You're supposed to take a rubber mallet and like beat on the side of it to break it loose. But I've discovered with so much RTV on here that these are really hard to break loose. You don't really, when you get beat on it all day, and if they used a good RTV on there, it's going to be super hard to break that loose. So sometimes I actually have to resort to taking a chisel and wedging it under there, underneath that differential cover. And I know you don't really want to do that. You can mark up the face and all that, but I could beat on this all day with a rubber mallet. It doesn't budge. So I'm going to be really careful to not scrape up the surface of the differential housing there or the cover. But this is where having that new Lube Locker gasket will be super helpful. This cover will just be able to come right off. It's a reusable gasket. I'm really looking forward to having that on this vehicle. And I'm putting a flat part against the differential housing. So if I run a risk, I want to run the risk of damaging the cover, not the housing of the differential itself. Because I can replace the cover fairly easy. Ouch, 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 I'm sorry. There we go. All right, got it broken loose. We'll just let that drain a bit. Alright, now that we have it adequately drained, we can go ahead and get our little chisel out of here. Now you want to be sure that if you do have to use a chisel like this, you want to be careful that you don't drive it in too far and hit the gears on there, damage something internally. Let's take our last bolt out here and take the cover off. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm stressing enough that you don't really want to put a chisel on. I mean, that's like last resort, wedging something underneath there like that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And a huge thank you to my patrons out there that help support the JeepSolid Garage. If my videos have helped you out, maybe saved you some money, helped you do a repair, and you want to help support the JeepSolid Garage, go check out my Patreon page linked below. Okay, now we gotta start getting all the RTV off of the differential cover here. All this gunk, we gotta scrape that off. And we're trying to be real careful not to gouge the cover. We want to maintain a real smooth surface, our mating surfaces for our gasket. Now we're going to hit it with a little brake cleaner to clean it off here. And same thing on this surface here. We're going to scrape off all the extra RTV and spray it out with some brake cleaner to get any debris out of there. I like to take a little rag and drape it over our differential here. So when I'm scraping the RTV on the top, it kind of helps keep it out of the gears there, so you can get a piece of it down in there that is hard to get out. So just put a little towel there to cover it up. And you want to be doing this fluid change every 30,000 miles. But if you're going through a lot of deep water, through a lot of puddles, mudding, that kind of thing, you're going to want to do it more often, because chances are you might be sucking a little bit of water into your differential, and so you'll need more frequent fluid changes. It's also a good time to take a peek at your little vent on the back here. Make sure that it's intact, in good shape. If this vent is missing on the back and you go through a puddle, you'll suck water in real quick. And this is also a really good time to inspect your differential. Look for any broken, missing teeth, cracks, excessive wear. Just give it a good look over. And there's a little channel right in the bottom here of the housing here that you'll feel with your finger. I like to take a rag or towel and kind of clean it out, get any leftover fluid out or any debris that's settled down in there. I just like to get it nice and clean. And we'll clean the surface here. A little brake cleaner on a rag. We're just going to clean this surface one more time, make sure we have all the oil off of it. This fluid looked actually pretty good when it was coming out. I don't know if you noticed that, but it wasn't milky. It's a little more milky now, probably because I got brake cleaner in there with it as well. But if you see milky fluid, that just tells you you're getting water in your differential. It's not good, so check that vent. Alright, let's bust out our fancy new lube locker. And our new gasket is going to go on just like that. Just make sure you have nice, clean, dry, smooth surfaces. Got our gasket in place. And let's put it on right side up. Let's just go around and get them all finger tight. And we're going to go around and torque all these guys to 30 foot-pounds. And we're going to alternate so it snugs down evenly. All right, let's break open our fill plug right here and fill it up. That is not 1/2 inch, that's 3/8. There we go. All right, it's going to take about 1.5 bottles of our gear oil here. And you can use a pump to get the fluid up in there, or a funnel with a little tube, doesn't really matter. We're just going to fill it up until it starts dribbling out of the fill hole there. That's how we know it's full. All right, there we go, about 1.5 bottles, and it's starting to dribble out, so let's put the fill plug back in. And let's tighten it down. If you'd like, you can torque it to 25 foot-pounds, or you can just get it snug. So I've linked all the products that I used in the description of my video below, so go check those out. That'll take you to Amazon, order what you need, get it here early, and plan out your fluid change. Hey guys, here we are about a week later. I just wanted to do a quick follow-up. So yeah, I filmed this about a week ago, you know, with editing and posting and all that. Filmed it a while ago, but look at this. So that lube blocker gasket is holding like a rock star. Not an ounce of dripping, leakage, seeping, nothing, just rock solid. Awesome gasket there. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, have a good day. Hey, first try.